What is up, fam? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm dropping a story time. Yay! Alright, I'm about to tell you guys where I'm from and how I ended up in North Carolina. Alright, so it starts back. I was born in 1993, you know what I mean? Washington, a little place called Washington, D.C. It ain't little, it's big. Washington District of Columbia. That's what it says on my birth certificate. Alright, so at first it was just me and my mom. You know, my grandmother was up there, my aunt. You know, she met my dad up here. Alright, his nickname was like Big Moose. He was some kind of guy that be in the streets, you know, one of them type people. I'm not gonna get into full detail about his backstory, cause it may cause some problems. I ain't trying to have all that, you know what I mean? But long story short, he was one of them guys, you know, not to mess with. He kind of ran the block. So my mom met up with this guy, you know, and they fell in love, and then boom, I was born. My mom and my dad say I wasn't even like a year old, maybe like a year old, when he got arrested for his first murder. So she didn't even have me at first. Actually, that's how it went. She didn't even have me at first. I was about to be born. He got locked up in prison for his first murder. He was in the 12th grade. He was a senior in high school. That's what he told me. So I sat down and asked questions about my parents' past, you know, stuff like that. I'd be interested. Like, was you a punk or was you a G? You know what I mean? I want to know that. You know what I'm saying? So they started telling me stuff like this, and now I get to tell you guys. But back to the story. My dad calls, talks to my mom from prison. My mom tells him she was pregnant. He was in shock. He didn't really believe it. I guess because some of his family, some of his people was telling him, no way, there's no way that's your son, this and that, but we look just alike. You know, and he was the only person coming around. You know, mom, she's not that type of person to be, you know, having multiple guy friends, you know what I mean? So I grew up. Well, she started raising me in DC. I got about like 3, 4, maybe like that. And then my aunt, which is my mom's sister, she had a son. She didn't want the baby. You know, that's my cousin. One of my younger cousins. He's like my little brother. You know, till he started acting crazy. He be acting crazy sometimes. I be having to straighten him out. So my mom took him in, you know, raised him. Around the time we got a little older, stuff started happening. I'm talking like bad stuff. Bad on top of bad stuff. It started with my grandma. She was out there. We was in our neighborhood. She went outside to crank the car up, because where I'm from it's real cold. I'm talking like you can go outside, the wind hits you, and you can peel the skin off your face or stuff like that. It'd be like wind burn. That's what they call it up there, and it's real. Don't matter what color your skin is, everybody gets it up there. Now she went to warm the car up. She went in the house, came back in the house to get us. I'm talking like 5-10 minutes. Wasn't even that. We go back outside, car gone. Just disappeared. Like apparently somebody come up and stole the car. Just took off with it, driving down the street. Do. You know what I'm saying? Cruising in it. And they couldn't find it. So my grandma and them called the police, you know, try to get everything figured out. And keep in mind, where we live, police did not come. So they was like, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for it. They asked her for the description, all that, blah. She gave it to them. They looked for this car for like a couple weeks. Couldn't never find it. My mom ended up riding by a school. Riding by the school or something that she used to go to back in the day. It was like a high school. I forgot the name of it. I gotta ask her. But she rode by a school in DC, and there was a burnt up car behind it. Come to find out, that was my grandmother's car. So the police went over there, checked the VIN number, all that. It was her car. And we was like, okay, hopefully this will never happen again. We're going to try to prevent that. So ever since then, cranked the car up. They sent my dad out there to do it. or somebody like that to sit with the car and stuff. And that died down eventually. Took a few months. That died down. Everybody finally let that go. Like, I can't believe somebody stole my car. And then stuff started getting heated, like violence, like people using weapons and all kinds of stuff. Now, when I'm talking about violence, I'm talking about people losing their lives. I was a youngster at the time. I always liked being outside on the block because that's what they call it up there. There's no woods and no. Well, there is woods in some parts. Where we from is the concrete jungles. Our streets, no, you ain't got yards, no, none of that. It's big apartment complexes, and if you got a piece of grass, it's a patch, a little patch in the middle. Everything else, concrete, sidewalks, everything else. I'm talking about not even big enough to play football on. Is that type of patch. People started dying, you know. And then they started hitting close to home when the people was close to my mom. My dad started passing away. Now, they wasn't just passing away from other folks killing them, or they having beef with each other. The police was doing half of the killing. They would come in, they told one of my dad's friends to get on his knees with his hands behind his back. He did that, you know. He did get on the ground, did all that. And they just shot him up. I think about 10, 15 times they shot him repeatedly. And that made the community mad. There was nothing happened to the cop that done it or nothing. Nothing happened to none of the police. It just, soon as that happened, police couldn't go back in my neighborhood ever again. That wasn't allowed. And every time police came around there, it was, you know, war. So basically, when that happened, police didn't go back over there. You couldn't get nothing delivered over there, nothing. Nobody would touch that area, period. Because they would run police out. Now, if you can run police, they got SWAT. Keep in mind, police got SWATs and all that. In my neighborhood, the neighborhood would run them out. And it got so bad, my family was thinking about moving. And this when the moving talk started. They're like, yeah, we need to go somewhere where it's more quiet. You know, the kids gonna have to get older. They ain't gonna make it out here, because where I'm from is pretty bad. So from morning to nighttime, you hear somewhere, somehow somebody's getting murdered. But talks of moving came up, and then I heard about North Carolina. I was just looking. I was like, I heard about this place. I was like, man, they really racist down there. That's the first thought that came to my mind. I was thinking racism. That's it. Nothing else. And I was like, why we gotta move down there for? And they like, you don't see all this stuff happening. We scared, this and that. We don't want you to grow up and get involved in all this. If you make it, if you go down here in North Carolina, you'll have a bigger, better chance of making it. You know, making it till you 21. Because where I'm from, no lie, people young ages passing away. Young age, I'm talking like 12, 11, 8, 5, stuff like that passing away. I was just like, no. Until these two events happened, and I'm talking like in a week span, maybe 2. I seen a guy get his head chopped off. It was just like, bow. No, it was like this, bow. And it fell back and it had some meat on his skin hanging off. And it was with a machete. And I was right there seeing the whole thing, like, you know, kind of messed with my head a little bit. I seen that thing, like, at first, you ain't know what to think. Can't move, no nothing. You see this guy head fall backwards. What you would do? My mom comes outside, start yelling, because she sees, you know, what just happened. I'm over there like, because you know these guys might take me out just for seeing that. So my mom was yelling, she yelled so loud it scared them. They was like, oh. They done backed up a little bit, so I just took off. Went in the building with my mama. She held the door open for me. Shut the door. We ran up to my Uncle Eddie, to my Uncle Eddie's room. All right, so my mom's like, yeah. She was like, this and this just happened, you know. Talk to my Uncle Eddie. He looks at me like, are you okay? You feel some type of way about it? What do you feel? And I just told him, I really ain't feel nothing, but what just happened? That's what I felt. And I was kind of, and that's the first time I really got scared, because I realized you can die. I didn't know you could. When I was a kid, I did not know. I thought everybody lived forever. You know what I mean? But I was like, yo, people can really pass away that easy. So I was kind of conflicted. I was a little bit scared myself. And then what made us really move was my Uncle Eddie. He passed away. Now he was like my father figure, you know what I mean? I still think about him to this day. I wish he was, well, sometimes I wish I could have his advice on some things, but it don't always work like that. And I woke up one day, ready to get something to eat. I usually get up in the morning. When I was younger, I used to get up first and wake him up, and then we go in the kitchen and like cook stuff. He'd show me how to cook stuff or whatnot, and then we just eat, talk. He was basically like my dad, you know what I mean? Woke up that morning, getting ready to go, trying to wake him up to go get some food so we can cook. He always did a ritual. I wake him up, hug him, tell him good morning, love him. Went to go wake him up. I touched him, he didn't move. I said, Uncle Eddie, you awake? I was doing that. He wasn't budging. I touched him again. His body was hard. Like his hand, everything was hard. So I got sad immediately. When I felt his body, he wasn't moving. I just kept trying to wake him up. And I yelled real loud, ran in there with mom, like, yo, mom, 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 mom. You know how kids, I was screaming. Mama. Then she was like, what? She got mad. She was like, what? What are you yelling for? And I told her, I said, Uncle Eddie, I think he's passed away. Took her in there, she's looking. She looks at him. I'm already crying. She was like, no, ain't no way. She runs in there and looks at him. She tries to wake him up. He ain't moving. He's hard. His body is hard. He has a smile on his face. He's like frozen. And then from that moment, Mom, we set up his funeral arrangements, all that, went to his funeral. We moved. We done already had something set up to move that day. When I found it that morning, they all then decided to move to North Carolina. So that's pretty much how I ended up here. We moved to North Carolina, Mount Airy, North Carolina. Then, no offense, everybody in this city that's black is related. That's how small this town is. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. I got way more stories, and they gonna get crazy and funny at the same time. I just want to let you guys know how I got here. Yeah, it's a little journey, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Not all of them gonna be like this. It was too sad. I'm gonna spice the next ones up. I'm gonna tell y'all some funny crap that happened to me, fam, people around me. Subscribe, turn the notification bells on so you get notified when we post new content. Till next time, stay sleepy. Peace.